The way you set up your trade and manage risk is just as important as buying the right stock. In this video, I'm going to show you how to buy the right number of shares so every trade has a defined, manageable risk. And if you don't want to do the math yourself, that's okay. We built a free tool for you that does all the math for you. The link for it is already in the description. Let's get to it. Why is this important? Well, think of it this way. If you think about investing like a coin flip, right here we got a heads and a tails, right? If you're a 50-50 trader, which means half your trades are winners, half are losers, that's actually really good. As long as your winners are bigger than your losers, you're good to go. You've got a winning system. But with investing, it's not always a perfect coin flip where you have a head, which would be a winning trade, and then a tail, which would be a losing trade, and then a head, and then a tail, and then a head, and then a tail. It just doesn't work like that. In reality, there's going to be times where you get a string of losers in a row. And I see a lot of investors, they risk too much on their trades, and when they do get one of these strings of losers, their portfolio just can't survive. They have nothing left in their portfolio for when the string of winners would come. And that's where investors get into trouble. I see this a lot, and I've done it too, where you find a good stock, you buy it at the right time, you set your stop correctly, but you don't pay attention to how much money you're risking. And then what happens? The stock's price drops, and you start to freak out because the losses start to add up. Then you close the position because you had a big loss. And then what do? You say, all right, well, I got to make that back. And you double down on the next trade. And it makes the problem worse because now you have a bigger loss. And before you know it, you have this huge hole in your portfolio. And you say, well, that system doesn't work. And you scrap the whole thing. But it wasn't because the system was broken. It was because you didn't size the trade correctly and you didn't manage your risk. You can't predict the sequence of wins and losses, but you can control how much you risk on each trade.
If you're trying to get out of this cold weather and you're trying to take your financial portfolio to the next level in 2026, let me get an ooh-ee. That's right, we've got our flagship stock market masterclass. You're going to get heavy hitters. Our coaches like Jerry D'Ambrosio, Steve Chappell, Ron Wheeler. Do not miss this event. It's absolutely free. With this free event, less than 30 days away, make sure you do not forget to register. Just go to VectorVest.com/stream so that we can take part of our flagship 2026 two-day investment seminar.
There are two key principles to understand to manage risk. The first key principle is you need to limit your loss. We recommend risking about 1 to 2% of your total portfolio on any one trade. And if you're just starting out, stay closer to that 1%. You don't want one position in your portfolio to go against you and just totally decimate your portfolio. You need to be able to live to fight another day. Think of it like this. You're allowing your portfolio to get just a little paper cut, which, yes, it's a little bit of an annoyance, right? It's annoying, but it's easy to recover from. However, if you let your portfolio to take a shotgun blast to the chest, those can take months or years to recover from, and sometimes you don't recover from those. Position sizing is what prevents the shotgun blast to your portfolio. Here's a cheat sheet for you. Just find your account size. For example, if we look over here, let's say your portfolio is $50,000. Well, 1% of $50,000 is $500. 2% would be $1,000. So when you set up a trade, your position size should be built so that if the stock hits your stop price, the most you lose on a trade is between $500 and $1,000, not bigger than that. Even if you had a portfolio of, let's say, 10 stocks, and you let all 10 stocks lose the max of, let's say, the 1%, the $500. So you'd have a $500 loss, a $500 loss 10 times, which is rare. I've never seen that happen, but let's say all 10 trades go against you. That means your total portfolio is down $5,000. Which is just 10% of the total. That is recoverable. It would stink, but it is not catastrophic. You can recover from that. So following this one principle alone reduces emotional trading and it puts you more in control. The second key principle is you want to equal dollar weight your portfolio. In other words, you want to spread your money evenly across the stocks in your portfolio. You don't want your portfolio to look like a seesaw where, let's say I'm sitting on one end and there's a little kid on the other end and it's like boom, and it just overweights on one side of your portfolio. You don't want one stock in your portfolio to control the movement and direction of your entire portfolio. We advocate trading anywhere between 5 and 20 stocks. 5 for a more aggressive trading system, 20 for a more conservative approach. We found that there's a sweet spot to be around 10 stocks in a portfolio for the prudent position trading approach that we teach. And if you want to explore like 5 or 20 stocks, that free tool that I told you about earlier, the link is in the description, that tool will help you run those different types of scenarios. Here's what that looks like. And I've run a few different scenarios here, but let's just look right here in the center where you're running a 10 stock portfolio. And let's say you've got a $50,000 total portfolio value. That means you'd want to target about $5,000 for each of the 10 stocks in your portfolio. Now let's talk about how to do this. There's 2 steps. The first step is to equal weight, which means you're going to ask yourself, how many shares do I need to buy to equally dollar weight each position in my portfolio? Then step number 2 is you're just going to do a risk check. You're going to ask yourself, is the portfolio risk in line with each of these trades? Now, the cool thing is that free tool that I mentioned will do all this math for you. But let's take a look at what's involved. Step number 1 was to equal weight your portfolio. So to do that, you're going to take the dollar per trade and divide it by the stock's price. That'll tell you the desired number of shares to buy for that trade. For example, in the scenario that we've been running through, we have a portfolio of $50,000, and we said that we want to do $5,000 per trade, which means if the stock was $100, that means we could buy 50 shares of that stock. Now that's pretty simple, but let's do a risk check. That is step number 2. We're just going to ask one question. If the stop gets hit, what % of my portfolio do I lose? The first thing we need to do is find the trade risk. It's simply just the stock's price, and you subtract the stop loss for that trade. That will show you how much you are risking for each share that you buy. For example, here's a trade that we recently did on Hecla Mining. This was on a day where we had a green light. This was a stock that met all the criteria that we recommend. Now, if you want more information on those topics, there's some other videos that we put together on buying the right stock at the right time. But let's focus more on our topic today of position sizing and risk. So at the time, the stock was, let's say it was $20. So that's why I put over here, the stock price is $20. The stop was $16.50. And you can see I rounded it $16.51. I just put $16.50 to make the math a little simpler for us, which means if we subtract these two numbers, 20 minus $16.50, it gives our trade risk of $3.50. Now we just need to see how much risk that is to the whole portfolio. To determine the portfolio risk, we take that trade risk that we just calculated and multiply it by the number of shares that you want to buy to see what your total loss would be on that one trade. Then you just divide it by your portfolio size to get the overall risk to the portfolio. Going back to our Hecla trade, our portfolio was $50,000. We wanted 10 positions, which meant we wanted to spend $5,000 per position. The stock's price was $20 per share, which means we could buy 250 shares. So now our trade risk was $3.50, and we multiply that by the 250 shares to get what the total loss on that trade would be. Then we divide it by the total portfolio size of $50,000 to see the overall risk to the portfolio. And I put that right here. The risk would be 1.75%, which is between our guardrails of 1 to 2%. If the risk was higher than our 1 to 2% guideline, you have a couple of choices. You could tighten your stop, or you could reduce your position size. Tightening your stop is not ideal because if you tighten it too much, you could just get knocked out of that trade just on normal price movement. The better choice would be to reduce your position size, which means you just invest less in that one position. When you manage a 10 stock portfolio that is equally weighted among those 10 positions, typically your risk will be between the 1 to 2% risk guardrail when you pair it with a properly placed stop. In VectorVest, we actually calculate a stop price for each of the stocks that we track. And if you're using it with a 10 stock equally weighted portfolio, what I did is I actually calculated this little column here that says risk to show you what the risk would be in a 10 stock equally weighted portfolio. You could see here that virtually all the stocks, and I did the math, there's like 80% of the stocks, you are automatically between the 1 to 2% risk guardrail. So most of the time you're between that. And you can see the outliers, you're just slightly over the 2% risk. And if you see that, you can just simply reduce the position size. Now, if you don't want to do this math every time yourself, I totally understand. We built something pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully you do as well. We call it Pazabot, for position sizing bot. And it's a free GPT that we put together just for you. Like I said before, the link is in the description. Now, I'm going to show you how to use it. You could either talk to it and it'll talk back. You could type in, and it'll work just fine. Let's get in there and I'll show you how to use it. All right, when you click the link in the description, it'll load Posibot, which will look just like this. And you can see it's a dedicated trade sizing assistant built on the principles of the successful investing methodology here from VectorVest. And if you're ready to begin, you could either start typing or talking, or you can click here where it says, I'm ready to calculate your position size. Let's begin. When you click on that, you're going to see that it prompts you with what it needs. It says, hey, let's size it up. And it says all it needs. It says, just give me your account balance, your portfolio risk per trade. And that's where you could just type in whatever you want, the stock's price, the stop price, and how many positions you want to trade. And it's really flexible. You could just type in numbers like this, or you could talk to it. Now I'm going to try to talk to it. You could do this on your cell phone, or you could do this just on your desktop. So all you have to do is just turn on the microphone. Hi, Pazabot. I'd like to size a trade. My account is $50,000, and I want to risk 1.5% per trade. No, make that 1% per trade. And the stock's price is currently $85. I want to set the stop at 68. And in my portfolio, I think I'm going to do 10 positions. And then you just send it. And it gives you the answers. It says, all right, this is what I got. You said $50,000, 1%, 85 entry, 68 stop price, 10 positions. And it says, do you want to run the numbers? Now you could just type in. I'll just put in yes. And now it's thinking, and it says, hey, at VectorVest, we've analyzed thousands of portfolios and found a simple structure. Do 10 stocks equally weight, which is what we talked about today. And it says, I'm going to run the math anyway so you could see it in action. And it does all the math for you. So it says 1% of 50,000 is 500. Your risk per share is $17. The number of shares would be 29. And it says your investment amount would be $2,400. You might be thinking, but wait a minute. I wanted to do $5,000 because that's equally weighted among 10 positions. Well, it's telling you, well, if you did 5,000, you're going to be over the 1%. So in this one, it's saying, hey, you said I want a 1% risk, and that's what I'm going to tell you. And now you could just talk to it again. I'm going to just turn on the microphone. Well, what if I did do $5,000 as my position size because I want to be equally weighted? Would I still be within a 1 to 2% risk guardrail? And then you send that, and let's see what it says. It says, yep, if you cap the position at $5,000, you're still inside 1 to 2% risk guardrail for this trade. And it does the math for you again. It says, so a $5,000 equal weight position, your risk would be about 1.97%, which is within 1 to 2%. It's barely under the 2%. But it still tells you exactly how many shares to buy. So it's fun. Get in there, try it out. At least I think it's fun. And position sizing is just one part of an investing framework that we teach our members to help them double their portfolio. If you do want to learn more about that, I'll put a link in the description for that video as well. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.